We can begin.
Good evening, everyone. Happy birthday, Vargo.
Yes. Now, can you see me okay?
Yeah.
Am I in the middle of the screen?
Yes.
Yes. You're in Romania now, are you?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. You're the picture isn't so good. Yes. Not very good.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah.
As long as
the problem is we had a storm here on Friday, and we basically didn't have any internet, I think, on Friday because of the rain. And then yeah, Saturday started to be so a lot of wind and stuff. So yeah, probably just a bad internet connection. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were supposed to get a lot of storms here, but
really?
Yeah, but it's been quite nice actually. It hasn't been
lucky you.
Not too much.
Oh, it's pretty cold here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
At all. Yes, much better. Well, I think we're lucky because this week we've got the internet, and last week I just couldn't get any internet until about 9 o'clock.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was off and on, I planned a meeting, but it wasn't even possible to have a meeting because the internet, I believe it was there was a bad connection. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
So how are you anyway?
Pretty tired, not to say exhausted, and I'm gonna have a difficult week next week, so hopefully I'll be able to finish all the things that I have to do.
Okay, so you're very busy at the moment. Well, I'm glad you found time to connect tonight.
Yeah, as long as I have internet.
Okay, so it's 6 o'clock over here in England, and I believe it's about 8:05 there now.
8, yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll start the meeting, and we'll at the end of the meeting we'll stop and we'll have a little chat. Okay.
Okay.
So we'll just get on with the meeting as it should be.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi, Lorelei and everyone. Welcome back to the 10th week of the spiritual journey. Today's date, the 4th of September, 2022. I hope the internet is better this week. Can you remember what we looked at last time?
We watched the tarot cards and yeah. It was
right.
About
tarot
cards, yeah.
Yeah. We looked at Plato's cave. Yes. And tarot card number 9.
Yes.
Do you remember its name?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
It begins with an S, has an ear in the middle, and a ch at the end.
Searcher. Search.
Yeah, the search card.
Search. Okay.
Yeah, the search card.
I thought about search, but then I was like, it must be a searcher. Someone searching something.
Okay, so that's why we looked at last week. Now this week we'll take a look at tarot card, and I don't believe I've got it. Oh yes, I have. Tarot card number 10. Yes. Now there are a trilogy of 3 main influences of change represented by this card. Locally, if something like your house burns down, this could be by accident, stupidity, or deliberate. Yes. A financial change, yes, this is another thing, financial, you've got the money at the bottom. A financial change, which is a worldwide change or an elemental change. And then we have whirlwinds and floods and drought and hell. And this is planetary change. Yes. Now, a saying that goes with this, with the card is, we may think we own the planet, but the reality is the planet owns us, which is a completely reversal of the idea. So, in any advance, any personal or group development to enhance one's abilities, change is important. But at the same time, change is best when one considers a natural change. A change caused by a refinement in one's thinking, one's processes, and one's ways. For instance, thinking positive is a good idea, but to keep a balance, having some negative thoughts could be useful too. Making 1,000 small changes over a long period due to widening one's horizons is good too. Big changes may come by themselves at the right time, so timing is important. Now, we can see at the higher level in the unseen worlds the evolutionary wheel of change with its 16 spokes. That's the wheel of change, 16 spokes. Over time, a spoke are the rays that are coming out from the middle, coming out from the hub. Yes. Over time, it slowly turns from one small alteration to another, until, depending on your path, there is a real change in the real you. Yes. So we can also cross-reference this card with other cards. Yes, so you have 10, and 10 is made of 1 and 0. So we have now the 1. Now this is
Joker.
This is this is the juggler. Yes, but here we're at a different octave. Yes, because we finished a series of 9, and so we start again with 1. Yes, and it's interesting because we have 0, which is the negation card. And so you could say that we start again and we negate things that have gone before, but keeping things in mind as well, learning from your lessons. Yes. So now this could also be the card number 22, the Fool card. Perhaps this card, the negation card, means simply take this all with a pinch of salt. Yes, rather than negating the first 9 steps of your journey. Yes, when you pass on to the next step, you take everything you've learned there with a pinch of salt, and you move on to your next level. Yeah, which is the 10, from 9 till 10. You learn something, then get on with your life. Also, a connection to other cards. Example, the evolutionary wheel of change with its 16 spokes. So 16 spokes here, and 1 and 6, or yeah, I don't have that card. Hang on.
Yeah.
1 and 6. I just have to get the other.
Oh.
Yeah. So when we say 16, we think about card 16. Yes. So I'm just quickly looking for it. And so once again, 16, we see the tower. Yes. the falling tower. So with that change, things fall away.
Yeah.
That's a way to look at it. Things fall away.
Yeah.
And when they fall away and you move on, yes, you've got
Yeah.
16, which is 1 and 6, which goes to 7. And 7, traditionally, it's known as a magical number. Yes. It's the 7 before the big change, which is an 8. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's the Chariot card. Yes.
Yes.
And so we can do that with lots of different cards. Now, remember, meaning is content for your higher life and the real you, like the 5 loaves of bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember, a fuller explanation of this card is on the Versal Tarot website. And I'll leave a link for that on the under the YouTube video.
Just in the description video. Okay.
Yeah. And also I believe you have your some papers on it and the booklet. Yes.
Yeah, the key. Yeah.
The key. Okay. So next, so moving on from the tarot to a Bible study. Yes.
Yes.
And we can look at the Star of Bethlehem. Yes, the Star of Bethlehem. We saw his star in the east and are coming to worship him. Now that's Matthew 2, 1 to 2. Does this passage remind you of anything? Yes, the Star of Bethlehem. Yes. Well,
Christmas.
Yes, it reminds me of Christmas, definitely. Yes, and also, if I can find it, ooh, yes, the Star card. The Star card. If you want to remember the words that go with this card, it simply says "Well done." Yes. If you get the Star card in a reading, that really means well done. Yes, you're a star. Yes.
Yep.
So, here are some quotes from the Aetherius Society. Yes, the Aetherius Society was started in 1955 by Dr. George King. Yes, it's easy to do your own search on the internet. I have, of course, added some hyperlinks as usual. Yes. Now, the story of Jacob's ladder, interpretations with an ancient alien slant to them, that the angels and the Lord were in fact extraterrestrials. Now, I'm not too sure how much I would go into this way of believing things, but it is interesting what he's saying. Yes.
Yes.
And there might be some truth in it. Who knows?
Yep.
Yes. Now, the lines in Genesis 1 describing the making of mankind genetic manipulation performed by advanced beings not of this planet. In short, aliens some 7,000 years ago. Did that happen? Well, we don't know. But this is what they say on that site. Now, Mount Sinai, Moses is told to come from the top of the mountain, to come to the top of the mountain to meet the Lord, and then came the stone tablets upon which were written the 10 Commandments. Yes, was that a meeting with aliens? Yes, that's another way of looking at it. And Elijah being taken up by the Lord up to heaven in a chariot of fire, no less. Yes, could that have been a UFO? Yeah. Now, the entire incident of Sodom and Gomorrah in Genesis 19 could be argued dense smoke rising from the land like smoke from a furnace to be an example of an account of advanced nuclear technology. That's bizarrely similar to how a description of a nuclear explosion might look. Yes. That's number 6 on the Ethereum side. Number 7, Genesis 6. When man began to multiply on the face of the land, and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw the daughters of man were attractive, and they took as their wives any they chose. Could it have been aliens? And number 8, Zechariah 5, a description of a flying object. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits, has been subject to claims of UFO sightings. It is described as a flying scroll. I looked again, and there before me was a flying scroll, as it says in the Bible, and was quite a sight to behold. Number 9, the book of Ezekiel. The first verse, for example, states, the heavens were opened, and I saw visions of God. Verse 16 speaks of a description of a gleaming object that appeared to be a wheel within a wheel. Yes, could that have been a vision of a UFO? Now, the implanting of a fetus in Mary's womb and the instructions given her under the guise of God. Yes, could that have been? However, that is just looking at it from an alien UFO angle and not a literal word for word explanation. You may find more if you look. Now, there was an article, and I'll put the link under the video as well, and it'll be on the show notes for members. And it's a report from the Pentagon has found off-world vehicles not from Earth. Yes, and that was in July 2020, so just 2 years ago. Yeah, the Pentagon said that they found vehicles not from Earth. Yes. Now, have you ever heard of Carl Sagan?
No.
No? Well, November 9th, 1934, December 20, 1996. Yes, he was born and he died. Was an American astronomer, planetary scientist, cosmologist, astrophysicist, astrobiologist, author, and science communicator. He is quoted as saying, the universe is a pretty big place. If it's just us, seems like an awful waste of space. Yes, so we're probably not alone. Yes, in this universe. There is a video called Evidence That Aliens Have Visited Earth. Video looks at 17 pieces of evidence of aliens that may have visited Earth. The link, once again, I'll put under the video, and it's in the show notes. It's on the PDF, and it's in the Facebook group as well. So,
thank you.
So, evidence that aliens have visited Earth. Yes, and Bible references. We I'll put the link that we just talked about, the Ethereus Society, and there's a link for that too, and links for other things in the show notes. Now, for anyone watching this video, if you wish to take the spiritual journey, simply leave a comment below the video. You can send me a direct private message through my LinkedIn page, the Stanley. The URL address is in the show notes under the video. On that thought, we'll finish for today. Yes.
Yes.
That's all for this week. Hope to see you next week for the 11th week
Me too. Yeah.
of the spiritual journey, second year, and it will be on the 11th of September. So
Yeah.
So that could be good on the 11th if you can make it. Yes. Now, we'll say goodbye there, but don't go away. We'll have a chat. Okay. So
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful week, and once again, happy birthday, Vargos. Bye.